These are just a few simple exercises you can do if you are experiencing low back pain, abdominal weakness, and to also strengthen into the hips too to increase your hip mobility. All you need is a chair. So we're gonna stand in front of the chair with the seat facing you. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift your right knee up as you straighten your left leg. So practice balancing on one foot at first to make sure that you're balanced fully on the left leg. And then we're gonna lift the right knee up as high as it'll go, and then place the right foot down on the chair. Lift the knee up, bring your heel towards your seat, and lower your right foot down. What we want to determine is how weak or strengthened the abdominal muscles are. So to do this, to keep the structure, go ahead and pull your belly in and pull your ribs in towards your spine. So this is gonna help with that structure. What we don't wanna see is when we lift up for the back to arch or for the knee to come outwards, okay? So we'll do that together. Bringing the weight into the left leg, lift the right knee up, engage through the core, heel towards seat, and place your right foot down on the chair. Lift the right knee high, bring your heel towards your seat, and slowly lower down. We'll incorporate the breath now. Inhale, lift the right knee up. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, lift the right knee up. Exhale, place it down. Go ahead and continue at your pace. You could do this up to 10 times. Notice where your muscles are not engaged, and just really take your time with this. Pulling in through the core, pulling your ribs in, lifting up through the pelvic floor. We'll do one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, lift up, exhale, lower down. Switching to the left leg. So bring all the weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee up. Just kind of hover a little bit to check your balance. Lift the knee all the way up and place it on the chair. Lift up once again, bring the heel towards the seat and lower on down. Noticing if you're having a tendency to bring the knee outwards, keep one line, lifting the knee straight forward, place the foot down, lift it straight up and down. Good. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, place the foot down. Inhale, lift the knee high, heel to seat. Exhale, place the foot down. We'll do 3 more together. Use your breath to guide the movement. In yoga, we call that vinyasa. It helps keep the focus on the movement. It helps to draw in energy to the body, and it also helps release energy from the body. What we need is delivered to us. What we no longer need is delivered from us. Good. All right, so now we're going to turn the chair around the other way. Face the back of the chair with the hands on the chair. Sorry, this way. So the chair is going to be on the left side. Lift the right knee up. Balance for a moment on that left leg. We're going to inhale and then exhale, open the knee out to the right. We can have a tendency, especially if we have muscle weakness into the hips, to twist into the low body. What we want to see happen is that left hip shooting straight ahead. So as we open up, when we feel resistance, engage the core, squeeze into the muscles, and then press that right hip open. Inhale to center. Exhale, open the hip up, squeeze the abdominal, squeeze into the glutes. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Use your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale, set it down. Now I'm going to move the chair to the other side so I'm not facing away from you. So this time the right hand is on the chair. Bring the weight into the right leg. lift the left knee high. Inhale. Exhale, open up, squeeze. Keep the right hip pointed forward. Inhale to center. Exhale, open up. Keep the lifted foot flexed the whole time. Inhale, center. Exhale, open up. Flow with your breath. Breathing in and out of the nose to control the breath. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, open and squeeze. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower down. If you need to take a break to shift the hips around, you can do that. All right, so now we're gonna face the chair, and we'll start with the left leg since that's the camera side. So we're gonna point our left toes out just like a dancer. So this is gonna be the movement, just to lift the toe up and down, okay? We don't want to lift and sway that right hip out. Keep that structure there. For us to do that, we have to keep the core engaged, right? So this is a test to see how strong our abdominal muscles are. Engage into the right hip, engage the glutes, engage into the core. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left toes up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower down. And we'll do the other side. And again, I recommend you doing this 10 times each. I'm just doing it for the sake of this video about 5 times each. So start with the right side, or continue with the right side. Point the right toes out. Engage into that left hip. Squeeze into the abdominals. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right toes up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Flow with your breath. Let the breath guide the movement. Keep the jaw soft and the eyes focused, or the eyes can be closed. One more. Inhale. Exhale to lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower, and bring your foot back together. All right, so now the last move is coming behind, and we're gonna point our left toes behind us. Okay, and this is a subtle lift for most people because a lot of us don't have that bend in the back when our posture is where it needs to be. So again, engage into your core, point the left toes behind you, inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift. See, notice how it's just a little bit. You may notice I just had a little hip crack here, right? So inhale, exhale, squeeze, not arching the back, right? Once we engage the core, then the pelvis isn't able to move. Inhale, exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. Then we'll switch to the other side. Point the right toes behind you. Keep the foot pointed the whole time. Engage into your glutes, your abdominals. Inhale, exhale. Lift the right toes up. Inhale, exhale. You may notice some varying in either side. Our hips kind of react differently to stressors, the left side versus the right side. So you may notice a different feel on either side. Plus, depending on how we sit and how we stand contributes to that. Last one. Inhale, exhale, lift. Good. All right, shake out your hips. And then to close, we'll do seated figure 4. So if you tend to sit at your desk most of the day or sit in a car, this is really good to do to take breaks. You should take breaks at least every 20 minutes, but as much as you can move around during the day, your body will thank you. All right, so bring one of the ankles to the opposite knee and flex the foot. Okay, flexing the foot is gonna help engage into the leg and protect the knee. Sit up tall and then bring your chest towards that lifted ankle. Okay, so we're not rounding the back here because then that's gonna start to take the stretch out of the hips. We want to keep the spine tall. So if you imagine the rubber band stretching, it's able to stretch all the way into the glutes, into the hips, and into the spine. Okay, inhale, long exhale out. So we're introducing stress into the body so we can learn to relax in times of stress. So this is kind of practice round for what exists outside of this moment. So if you're going throughout your day, a stressor takes place, the mind begins to remember, oh, I can breathe through it, right? Otherwise, our energy gets disturbed and we may notice suffering coming in from it. Okay, so this is practice round to release suffering. In through the nose, long exhale out of the nose, clearing that energy out. And you can do these stretches for 5 to 10 breaths if you'd like, or longer. And then we'll switch to the other side when you're ready. I invite you to double the time of this practice, but you can watch it along with me just to kind of get used to it and then begin to do these on your own at your own pace. Okay, once again, leaning the chest forward, bring your shoulders back so you can imagine the heart coming forward, leading with the heart energy. In through the nose, out through the nose, the full breath out. Learning to relax in times of stress, in times of challenge. Remembering that all is well. You have all the tools you need to navigate all of life's circumstances. When you're ready, lowering on down. So a lot of this work we're doing is in the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra has a lot to do with our relationships with other people. The lower down we get into our chakra system, that has a lot to do with fear of survival, wanting to control circumstances. So if you're noticing a lot of that energy, if you're in fight or flight a lot of the time, that can contribute into low back pain, hip pain, and even into the legs as well. So something to kind of look at on the energetic, spiritually, and emotionally to help give you some relief in the meantime. Namaste.